NeedleGroove, back for another video. Last video I did was the rural folk blues video, and kind of took me taking a step further back and going to Africa, which is where a lot of that rural kind of the prison songs and stuff that I was playing just basically comes from Africa. The rhythms and the style of singing, very tribal. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this African vibe video. And the second was, well, I had taken this LP out actually because I wanted to show it. It had been sitting down here for a while, just haven't been able to sneak it in a video. So that's another reason. It kind of went well. And then the other reason is Champsound. Andrew, you just showed the VCLT Jazz Sahara you got from Fred, from Ahmed Abdul Malik, and I said I would pull out, made me want to pull out my the one I have, so kind of went together, and then I just rolled with it. So here we go, African vibe. This is Mohammed Ahmed. This is one of the first records I bought, I would say, when I first started buying records, which I believe was around 2008, 2009 probably. It was when I went to New York. I was on a trip to New York and I had a few minutes. I popped in a store and I think it was Turntable Lab. I can't remember if that's what it was. It was very small and they had this. I knew nothing about it and I just wanted to buy a record. I was in New York. I just started buying records. I grabbed it and I listened to this so often. I didn't have that many records and I would listen to it all the time when I was cooking or whatever around the apartment. It's unbelievable. So this is Ethiopian jazz. And it's stunning musically. The vocals unbelievable, as I played for you there. So I love the way they describe here the Ethiopian music, the first strains of modern Ethiopian music: melancholy blues, piercingly minimalist country airs, brassy, danceable urban jazz, heart-wrenching off-key crooners. A rich and stirring patchwork of sounds crossing Afrobeat, Latin swing moves, and Eastern arabesques. So this is on Kaifa Records. Obviously this is a reissue, but it's made in France. So I don't know if you're going to be able to find this or not, but I honestly suggest that you pick this up if you can find it, seek it out. It's amazing. So this is not African in the sense that it was recorded in New York, but it's Ahmed Abdul Malik, Sounds of Africa. And there's a range of different things on here, more African sounding, and then more jazzy ones. So this is on New Jazz. This is also a repress. And he plays bass, obviously. He has one song where he plays the oud, which is, I guess, some African instrument, I'm not really sure. It's an instrument of Near Eastern lineage. So I was reading on here, the music in this particular album has been taken primarily from Africa, and he describes it as, the type of music is known as high life. The arrangement is authentic in structure with the proper blending of calypso and Latin music. So you can hear that in this one. But then, you hear the tribal sound in that kind of. Soulful too. incredible. I don't know the other artists on here, the other musicians, except the only one that rings a bell would be Tommy Turrentine. I don't know if that's any relation to Stanley Turrentine, but just unbelievable music. So you see how it links back to the kind of the prison songs and the rural religious music that I was playing in my last video. So thank you Champsound and Fred for making me pull this out. I hadn't listened to it in a while. This is also an earlier record. I'm not sure, I may have bought this at the same place as the Ethiopian one, but I don't remember. This is one of the earlier records that I purchased when I was buying a lot of reissues and didn't know anything. Just having some tea here. Sorry. I was out at the bar till 3 last night, which is not something I do very often, but I had some fun, so a little slower on the start to making these videos this morning than I wanted, but I'm feeling good now. So now we're taking it way back. This is something I inherited from my dad, and I was watching on the Dustin Grooves website. If you don't know Dustin Grooves, check it out. Amazing, amazing stuff. Great, great interviews and pictures, photo of people's record collections. And there was a video kind of interview. This guy, I don't know who he was showing, they were videoing him in his collection, and he pulled out this, and not this exact one, but something from this collection that I'm about to show you. And I was like, wow, I think I have one of those. He was saying how he loved collecting them. So what it is, it's a UNESCO collection. And it's an anthology of African music. So it's a series, and this one is the music of Sunufo. So these are beautifully, beautifully done. This is the only one I have. You can see the image there, and it says edited for the International Music Council by the International Institute for Comparative Music Studies and Documentation. So this is some historical shit. I'm gonna put it on. You can kind of, this is same kind of stuff as I was playing last time, and it's beautiful. What's nice about this is they give you a really nice kind of, there's a booklet attached here. And what can I tell you? Sunufo, or if I'm saying it right, it's a tribe within roughly 1 million people. They live in the savannah in the northern territory of the Ivory Coast, in the southeast of Mali, and the southwest of Upper Volta. Excuse my ignorance, I don't know if that's still a country because I've never heard of it, and this is old, so maybe that's something else now. I'll have to educate myself, school myself on that. So you have all these pictures, and talk about music that just takes you back to another time, to a different time and place that we will never know, but it just, so it takes you, transports you in a way different than spiritual jazz or spiritual spacey jazz, spacey music would. It's more concrete and kind of, you just really get a sense, especially with these pictures. And with the music, it really gives you an idea of where some of this jazz, free jazz, spiritual jazz came from. And here they show physically where it is. So there's some instruments on this. There's vocals. Every song is different. They go to different, I guess, villages and recorded them. Just give you an idea. Definitely kind of free jazz there. My girlfriend absolutely hates this shit. African flute, if she hears anything like that, she's like, oh God, here's the African flute again. So, she's not here right now, so I get to play as loud as I want. Amazing stuff. So you get the idea, and if you want to explore more, I highly suggest you do. I haven't seen any of these, I don't think I've seen any of these while I'm shopping, but if I see another one around, I will definitely pick it up. I was fortunate enough, like I mentioned, to inherit this from my dad, who didn't have the best record collection, but definitely had a few gems. He was someone who traveled a lot when he was younger, from the 18 to 30, so I don't think he kind of amassed too much stuff. He was moving around a lot. So anyway, and his collection, he put it in the attic at some point. And when I got into records, I took it down and he hadn't stored them properly. Most of them were warped, and it's a shame, but I did salvage a bunch that were still in good enough shape. Unfortunately, some of them are just whoo. Anyway, next one I'm going to show you is a record I've shown before, but it was when I wasn't doing needle drops. I wasn't set up for it, and I was disappointed because I really wanted to play this for you guys, because it blows me away. It's absolutely incredible, so I want to share it with you guys again, and I'm going to put it on. The reason why I want to share it is because you may never get, otherwise you may not hear it ever. I don't know, unless you really go seek out a copy, which I don't think there are too many, but I'm not sure. And I don't think it's on YouTube. But this is Free Rhythms Dance. Sorry for the reflection. Free Rhythms Dance. Par le groupe Free Dance Song. This is a French record, but kind of on the African tip. Amazing, amazing cover. So 3 songs on here. On the tribal tip again. This is something special. Bass is awesome. Sorry for the snaps and cracks and popples and pops. You got Flute on there. So not the best music for skipping through, but wanted to give you guys an idea. It's really something to put on, and just this takes you back. This takes you to another place. Really transports you. This is on Unidisc. Unbelievable. Just builds up. It's really intense. turn it off. I hate stopping songs, but just want to show you guys a couple more. Art Blakey drum suite. So this is two different things. One side is Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, side 2, and the other side is the Art Blakey Percussion Ensemble, so more percussion, not drums. The Sacrifice, Cubano Chant, Os Calypso. There's some really good stuff. It's different styles of music. The Jazz Messenger stuff, this is from '58, I believe, and awesome Jazz Messengers material. This is a Columbia 6i original. It's a bit noisy, but I picked this up in the States last year. I've seen it since, maybe more than once, so if you guys see this, you're probably able to find a copy. I definitely suggest you pick this up. This video is getting a bit long, but I'm going to play you I mean, you know what the Jazz Messengers sound like, but... And it starts off the first track, I think with just Art Blakey bussing it. Starts off with just the song starts with the drum solo. And the artwork on this is beautiful. I love this cover. That nice thick cardboard as well. Then the other side, they just going crazy with the percussion on side 1. This is side 2. This is Nika's tempo. So I'll let you guys discover that more on your own. Last record. This one is not so much African, but I'll tell you why I picked it. It's a bit more funky, and it is Blue Mitchell, Bantu Village. And for some reason, I had it out also in a pile and wanted to show you guys, but Bantu Village could have been a village in Africa. It's not really a place. It says, Blue Mitchell took an imaginary trip to a place where the air was unspoiled by progress, the earth was soft and warm and promised the perpetuation of all things that live. Blah, blah, blah. The greenage was alive with a primitive rhythm, which made me think African. So he sat cross-legged in a small clearing in the jungle, examining the long brass object that makes his music, and he smiled. He knew what he wanted to do. So this is a killer record on the Blue Note, which is unfortunately cut off there. But this is an awesome record. I'm going to leave you guys with this one. Blue Mitchell, Bantu Village, funky as, I won't say it, as hell. Woo! If you don't know this record, know this record. It's just some feel-good music. Woo! Take another side. Anyway, that's it for my African vibe video, guys. Be back. I might just make another video right now, just rip out a few. Peace.